Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're doing a deep dive into, well, a really profound question. It's about what the resurrection reveals about identity, about existence itself, really. We're zeroing in on Romans 1.4. It says that Jesus was declared with power to be the Son of God according to the Spirit of holiness by his resurrection from the dead. But what does that declaration, becoming the Son of God through resurrection, what does that actually mean? Is it a change or an affirmation?
That's exactly what we want to explore. Our sources give us these two distinct ways of looking at it. They're interconnected, though, and looking them helps us understand tricky ideas like sin, free will, the Holy Spirit, hopefully giving you a fresh angle on it all.
Okay, great. So let's get into that first interpretation. What's viewpoint number one on what the resurrection declares about Jesus?
Right. So viewpoint one basically argues his resurrection proves he is the only begotten Son. And by that, they mean God himself, the unique, divine nature. The thinking is, well, pretty straightforward in a way. No mere creature, nobody purely human or angelic could live perfectly, overcome sin in a mortal body, and then resurrect themselves.
So if he resurrected,
then he must be God, the creator. His resurrection is the ultimate proof of his divine identity.
That makes sense as one perspective, a powerful one. But the sources offer something else too, right? A contrasting idea.
They do, and this is where it gets really interesting. Viewpoint two, and this is the one the source writer actually leans towards, argues the resurrection proves Jesus is the firstborn son.
Firstborn son.
How's that different?
It emphasizes him as a creature, specifically as the perfect Adam. The idea here is he was the first creature to perfectly overcome sin, setting the absolute example.
So as a creature, he did this.
Yes, and if he, as a creature, could resurrect after overcoming sin, it implies that we, other creatures, can also overcome sin and achieve resurrection. We can also be affirmed as sons of God by following that path. It highlights him as the pioneer, the firstborn among creation showing the way. Okay, so we have these two angles. One says, resurrection proves he's God, the only begotten. The other says it proves he's the perfect creature, the firstborn. These sound almost mutually exclusive. How do the sources handle that? Can they both be true?
Well, that's the fascinating part. The sources suggest that actually, yes, he is both. Whether his resurrection primarily declares him as the only begotten creator or as the firstborn creature, he embodies both realities.
Oh, okay. How does that work?
The key link, the crucial element in either case, is the Holy Spirit. Jesus didn't overcome sin and resurrect by some independent power alone, whether viewed as creator or creature. He did it through the Holy Spirit.
The Spirit is the connection.
Exactly. And this provides a really powerful model for you listening right now. His victory wasn't just a one-off historical event. It's a blueprint. It shows the power available to you through that same Holy Spirit to overcome, to find spiritual life.
So the power that raises from the dead is the same power that overcomes sin.
Precisely. And this directly counters some pretty fundamental claims about creaturely limits.
Like what, for example?
Well, think about the arguments attributed to figures like Satan. The idea that it's just impossible for creatures like us to actually keep God's commandments, or that we can't truly overcome sin, or genuinely love God and neighbor.
Right. If that were true, then God's laws would seem unfair, unreasonable.
Exactly. God would seem like a liar for demanding something impossible.
But Jesus' resurrection flips that script.
Completely. It stands as the definitive proof.
Yeah.
Creatures can keep the commandments. They can overcome sin, even in our flawed, mortal state. He showed it's possible to love God and neighbor fully. It validates the commandments as the true standard.
So what does his example mean then for all creation? For us, obviously, but you mentioned angels too.
Well, Jesus, being this perfect creature with free will, willingly took on a cursed body, a human nature under the effects of sin. And he fought and won against sin, not through sheer willpower alone, but through complete reliance on the Holy Spirit.
Complete reliance.
Yeah. He essentially established, or maybe revealed, the fundamental structure of reality. All creatures, humans, angels, everyone, must rely on the Holy Spirit to conquer sin and align with God's will. He demonstrated exactly what a creature needs to do to not sin. He proved the path.
So his perfect free will wasn't about being independently powerful, but of a perfect submission and reliance on the Spirit.
That's it. Perfect obedience, perfect reliance. His entire work, the cross, the resurrection, it perfects creaturely free will. For those who accept his love, it actually removes the possibility of sinning, transmits God's own life, and, in a way, completes the whole project of creation.
Wow. Okay. That really layers the meaning of the resurrection. It's not just an event, but like a declaration about the fundamental nature of reality and our place in it.
It is, and perhaps something for you to really ponder is this. If Jesus himself, the only begotten creator who became the firstborn creature, operated within this structure needing total reliance on the Holy Spirit, what does that reveal about the power genuinely available to your free will right now? And what path does it show towards true freedom and life within this very creation?